Abby's just Dr. Filling herself.
I've literally just spiraled. Hi guys, I'm Abby.
And I'm Amy. And this is the AA meeting.
Oh,
Woo!
Episode number 9.
Number 9. We're nearly in the double digits.
We're just really like shooting them out of
We
the park,
are.
aren't
We are.
We
Hot
are.
firing.
I'm kind of
them.
like surprised that we've made it this far.
I am too. Considering we both have extreme commitment issues.
I was
This
just
is
about to say,
this is a big deal.
taking into consideration our commitment issues, we have been
Yeah.
very committed.
I'm really
to
proud of
this.
us.
Yeah, and it's all for you.
Mum.
Anyway, welcome back.
Welcome.
Thanks for tuning in.
If you're new, welcome.
Welcome too. But yeah, let's just roll
The intro.
the intro.
Welcome to my up home. I'm Lil Shorty, these my hoes. This is how we run this shit. Piss Olympics, let's go.
So, big week this week.
Big week this week.
Yes, for Queensland. that
Yes. Brisbane went into a 3-day lockdown.
is. Naughty little Brisbane.
Naughty, Brisbane, naughty. You're teasing me. You're
naughty.
We're not in Brisbane, for anyone who's, we're not in lockdown. It's like an hour north of here,
Yeah,
around about.
roundabout.
But it was really scary because also so Brisbane had one case of like the UK strain, which is apparently like way more
Contagious.
than what we've got now. And the vaccine that they plan to roll out in Australia apparently can't.
Really?
Yeah, which is why they were so worried about
I
it.
didn't know that.
Well, apparently that's why they haven't rolled out the vaccine here yet because
Different strains.
because it
popping
only I think only protects you from like certain strains of the Rona, whatever. Anyway, so Brisbane went into a 3-day lockdown and
3 days.
3 whole days, and they were all like complaining about it. But anyway,
Panic buying.
but I was really worried because a lot of people from Brisbane were like coming to the Gold Coast because
Yeah.
the Gold Coast isn't in lockdown.
They were just escaping.
But the thing was, you were supposed to lock down if you'd been there since the 2nd of January or
Yeah.
something. So I don't know, like what they thought they were doing coming here, but anyway, I think they thought they could just get away with it because it's not like people were knocking on our doors being like, "Have you been in Brisbane in the last week?"
Yeah.
But anyway, we're all safe, we're all healthy. They're out of lockdown now.
Yeah.
They survived their whole 3 days.
I know,
bloody-
right?
You know what I was thinking though?
Sorry. Yeah,
No,
you
you.
go. Oh,
sorry.
I was going to say, it's kind of like pathetic compared to Melbourne.
3 days.
I have some friends in Brisbane, and they have been, kicking up a bit of a stink because it was over the weekend, the lockdown,
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, imagine being in Melbourne and being in that lockdown for months.
Yeah.
Like
And
3
then-
days is nothing. Just binge watch a new TV show.
Yeah, exactly. 3 days in your house, I do that anyway. I don't understand. But I was thinking it would really suck if because they haven't had any restrictions for so long. Imagine if you'd planned like your 21st or something for that weekend. And then the day before, Anastasia's like, "Nah, babes, shutting it down."
She's like, nah, see you later.
Anyway, you wanted to talk about, it says in our notes, DM about beer. Do you want to?
Okay, so
Talk to me about that.
I got an Instagram DM
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago.
Okay.
And like I don't normally check them, so I don't have notifications on my phone or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't get any notifications if I get a Snapchat or if like someone tags me in something. Like I turned them off because, long story, whatever. Phone addiction. Now I'm getting much better.
She's on the road to recovery.
I am. So I've turned off all my notifications, which actually helps. I'm like barely on my. Actually, that's an absolute lie. I'm still on my phone, but I just don't reach for my phone every time it makes a noise.
Yeah.
Which is like actually
That's good.
really helped me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't normally check my requests because I don't get a notification. So I checked my requests. There was some pretty funny ones in there actually. But I got a request from some dude and his message said something about like love the podcast.
Oh, that's so nice. I wonder if
accurate-
he's watching.
I know,
Or
probably.
listening.
I can't check the exact message because my phone's like recording this, but pretty much along the lines of what he said was, do you drink beer? Because you seem like the kind of girl who would drink beer. And I was like, first of all, is that a compliment? Second of all, that is like, what kind of vibe am I putting out there? Because I hate beer.
What What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What kind of girls drink? Didn't know that was a stereotype.
Yeah, right. Is it like the bra girls? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe
But
he was
that's
like,
I am like,
yeah, not that. You seem like the kind of girl that drinks beer. Maybe he's just trying to say like you seem kind of cool, you know, like because I guess maybe it's a big deal to boys if you drink beer or not.
oh my god, beer's disgusting. I don't actually know.
Gives
how
me a
people-
tummy ache.
I actually can't have gluten, so the beer
Yeah.
like, hurts my stomach.
So beer's really bad
So
for you.
beer's out of the picture. It's just spirits the whole way. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Don't
There
you
you
think?
go.
Because I feel like
Mm.
obviously like I put the arse in class, but I feel like I'm kind of classy sometimes, and maybe it doesn't come across on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I come across as like, oh yeah, nah, mate, like chuck us a
Maybe.
schooner, right? When really I'm like, let's make cocktails.
Wow. Well, if you're watching, can you please let us know where that came from? Why
Well,
does
just
Abby
let us
seem
know?
like
Yeah, why do you think that I
Abby
drink
likes beer?
Because I most definitely don't. I drink cider. We all drink cider, but
Yeah.
beer is just like it tastes like bread.
Yeah.
But like when you drink it, you're so full. I feel like I've just eaten a
Yeah.
loaf of bread, and I can't have gluten, so that doesn't add up.
I heard once that one Corona beer, like one, what do you even call them? A glass?
Bottle.
A bottle. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Is equivalent.
Amy clearly doesn't drink beer.
But drinking one of them is equivalent to eating half a loaf of bread in one sitting.
Really?
It's something like
the
that.
yeast in it.
Yeah, because it's just so full of carbs, you know.
Bulking season, carb loading season. Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of something interesting from my week.
There you go. Well, I had a really quiet week this
Yeah.
week. I actually had tonsillitis this week.
Oh,
It just never ends.
Tonsil titties.
I've been sick for like a month. Anyway, whatever.
Are you feeling a bit better?
Yeah, I'm fine now. I'm
Yeah.
on like antibiotics.
You know
and
what's
whatever.
funny is that you actually gave me a throat infection.
From kissing. Sorry, did I just expose us on the podcast?
No, I think we shared like a drink and then we like had
Probably.
a sleepover and stuff. So
We were spooning it up. Gave her a cheeky
There we were.
kiss. Some
Anyway,
tonsil hockey.
So yeah, so I got a throat infection from you.
I'm so sorry.
That's right.
I have a really nice doctor. He gave me some antibiotics if you want to go to him.
That's right. I think I'll just like drink some beer, get over it.
Drink some. Rub some dirt in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so the only thing that's gotten me through this week is my new addiction to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, it is so good.
Really?
You have to watch it. It's
I
so
haven't actually
good.
watched one episode.
Oh,
I
this
didn't even know it was
season
on TV.
It's so good. Like I watched the very first season years ago.
Yeah.
And that was good. And then I haven't watched it since.
Yeah.
But Grant Denyer is on it this year.
And
you guys-
have a thing for Grant Denyer.
I just have a special place in my heart for Grant Denyer. And it's not like a creepy thing. Like I just really respect him. You know
Right.
what I mean? And like he's a dad of 2. There's another one on the way. And so like
know that.
I just love him. And so like I would never do anything to, but I just love him. Anyway, Grant Denny's on it this season and it's so good.
Really?
So good. Abby Chatfield's on it from
Oh, yeah,
Batchy.
from Batchy.
Which she's just really made a turnaround. Like I feel like she had a really bad rep after Batchy,
Yeah,
like
but
her
I
season.
think that was how the media portrayed her.
Yeah.
Because she's a very like strong,
yeah.
kind of like straightforward woman.
Mm.
And I think that they just took that and ran with it and kind
Yeah.
of painted her as the villain.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would be very easy to like chop some of the things she says
Oh,
to like make it
exactly.
sound worse.
So she's on the show.
She's on the show. But one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it is not just because I love Grant Denyer, which I do. Something happened in an episode last week
Yeah.
that because you get to know the celebrities on like a more personal level, obviously,
Yeah, obviously because they're very vulnerable in the
Yeah.
situations that they're in and relatable.
and I just thought it was something that like I think it's important that we talk about it because we're 2 young girls,
Okay.
and like we're no stranger to having to maybe like change our behavior or like the things we do for our safety.
Right.
So Abby was walking around in like a bikini and Dipper, who's like an Aussie icon, he won a Brownlow in like, I think he's in his 60s now. He made a comment about how she like he made a joke about oh, you're not leaving the house like that, and it was supposed to be like a dad telling his daughter to put more clothes on,
Right. Okay.
which is like fine. And she turned around and asked like, oh, where did that come from? And he was like, well, when you walk around like that, it's like you're asking for it. And she like Abby's a, you know, the women's rights activist of right now, you know, like anyway, so she had a meltdown about that. And I think it was just,
did she have a go at him, or did she just go and kind of
she just kind of said
herself?
like, because Ash, who's like a comedian and he's on the show as well, was walking around with no shirt on at exactly the same time. And she was like, well, how is it any different if he, like, is Ash asking for it because he doesn't have a shirt on? Like, I don't understand the difference.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, and then she like had this meltdown and was like, I don't want to seem like I'm being difficult on TV, but like, I just don't want people to think that like that's right. And I understand that there's a generation gap there because obviously Dip is in his 60s.
Yeah.
But like that's where the problem stems from, you know? Anyway, I was watching it and I was like, I'm so glad that they left all that in and that's a conversation that's started.
Happening, yeah.
Because it's like blown up on the internet this week. Like everyone's like kind of picked a side and a lot of people are like, oh, like leave Dipper alone. Like he's in his 60s. Like that's just the way they think, you know. But like it shouldn't be the way they think.
No,
he's
exactly.
60. He's not senile. Like he can change his opinions on things like that. Anyway, so I just thought it was an important thing to discuss, and I hope that that's not something that like stays in the media for 2 days and then everyone forgets about it, because it is an important, you know, like how many times have you had to like reassess what you do or what you say or whatever,
or what I wear or anything like that,
because you're a girl. Like anyway, I'm not sitting here going, oh, woe is me, it's so hard being a female.
Yeah, exactly, because obviously there's always a flip side as well, and this can happen to boys and like that,
of course.
But it is kind of like sad that some people, that's their first thought of seeing something like that, if that makes sense. Like it's sad that they were like brought up in the fact where they're saying, oh, they're wearing a bikini, like you need to go put some clothes on,
therefore it's your fault, you know?
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's important to just like maybe think before we speak.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's a good idea for us to.
Well, probably. What can you do?
Exactly. But yeah, that's a very important issue. And I think
and it was just when she said about like, I don't want to seem like I'm being difficult. That was the part where I was like, that's heartbreaking. Because like, you know, neither do I. But it's, you know.
But she's not just going to sit there and cop it on the chin.
No, because that's not Abby anyway.
No.
I love her. I really do.
Me too.
She
has a podcast.
Yeah.
I've listened to one of the episodes.
Oh, have
actually.
you?
Yeah.
I haven't had time.
It's actually...
Sorry, Abby. If you're watching, how are ya?
I would die.
Imagine if Abby chatted.
Imagine a collab with Abby.
She can sit right here. Actually, no. She has to sit there because it's an Abby sandwich.
Abby.
Abby, let us know when you're free.
She has a podcast, and I listened to it actually just yesterday. First episode. And it was really good because it's just her. Yeah. So there's no like bouncing off someone else in the room. It's literally just her sitting in her office. And like she cried like 3 times.
Wow.
And not in the fact that she was talking about anything like overly emotional.
Yeah.
Or like heartbreaking. It was just like she's very passionate. She's a very passionate person. Yeah. Which I think we can relate to with her.
Yeah.
But and she was like crying, and she doesn't cut stuff out.
Wow.
So she was like crying, and then she was umming and ahhing, and she was like, I'm sorry guys, I just need to look for this like email, and then it was silent for a while. Like it's very raw. It's actually quite good.
I'll have to go listen to it because I have heard that it's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you, Abby. Moving on.
On a lighter note.
Yes.
Perfect dating profile.
What is the perfect dating profile?
We're going to tell you what
we are going to tell you
dating profile is.
Yes. I wanted to jump in just for the record. I'm not actually on any of the dating apps anymore. A little fun fact. But
is it a new year, new you?
I think it is a new year, new me. Crazy stuff. Who'd have ever thunk it? Right. But I have had a lot of experience, so I feel like I'm overqualified to talk about what goes into for a boy, the perfect dating profile for a boy. Because I don't know if mine's any good. So, Abby.
Yes.
What do you think is involved in the perfect dating profile? You're scrolling through Tinder, left, right, good night. And you come across the perfect profile.
Wow. Okay.
What is it?
So, the perfect profile has, give or take, 5 pictures.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So you need at least 4 to 6 pictures
Mm-hmm.
just to like, so people can see which one you are, I guess,
Yeah.
like who you are, and to see like the continuity between the photos to make
Yeah.
sure you're not like a catfish.
Mm-hmm. Also, if there's only one photo, like, how do I know that that's not just one really great photo of you and that's not what you
or
look
it's just like a screenshot from someone else. Like,
Yeah.
it's not you know? Agree. I reckon the first photo
Mhm.
should be like you and a friend.
Yep.
Yeah. So you look at the look at the friend. You're like, okay, I can remember these
Mhm.
faces as I go to the next photo.
Mm-hmm.
I
Which
think
one is he?
Yeah.
And that's good because it sucks you in and you're like, oh, I better look at the next photo.
Exactly, which is more what's the word? Not activity, but more
Engagement.
engagement
Mhm.
on your account. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which actually like bumps you up.
Yeah.
To be
Mhm.
one of the first. Whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Why do I know that? So first photo I think should be of you and a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Specifically male friend.
Yes.
Not a girlfriend.
You and your
because
girlfriend.
like in girls' heads,
Mm.
any girl that you're with in a photo is either your current girlfriend or your ex-girlfriend
Yeah.
or someone you're talking to. That's immediately what our
Yeah.
brain goes.
Even if it's your sister, no, that's your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. And you're still in love with her.
Yes.
So you and a male friend, and I think this photo should be like just casual. It can be like at a party,
Mhm.
just like arm around each other. Maybe it's like dark. There's a flash on.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's
Yeah.
a good staple photo.
Mhm.
Second photo,
Yep.
James.
Mhm.
What is the second photo?
I think the second photo should be a photo of just you.
Yeah, I agree.
So that like now you know who you're looking at.
Exactly.
And you can be like, yeah, he's cute. I'll keep looking at the next photo.
Yeah.
You know?
but no like selfies from like up above.
Or like the laying in bed selfies. I hate that. Disgusting. Because I know you're going to send me seedy Snapchat. That's what that tells me.
No, I think the selfie, like the one of you by yourself, I did air quotes if you're listening, should literally just be a photo of you on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's like, I don't know, you in the pool, like on a pool toy, like that's
Yeah.
kind of fun. Something like just on your own, or if it's just a nice photo of you like in a nice outfit with like R.M. Williams shoes, like chinos, like whatever.
It's very specific.
Very
and
much
then you
so.
go to Just Jeans and you buy their button down with the stripes. And then
or you wear a Ralph Lauren polo.
okay.
Yeah.
That's your only
The
options.
navy one with the red polo.
Of
That's
course.
generally what they wear.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that the second photo should just be you by yourself. If it happens to be you and another friend, but the friend's different, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third photo.
Mhm.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be at least one of you with like a family member or
Yeah.
something. You know,
I
like
agree.
something to show that you have a heart. We can see you've got abs in your gym selfie, but where's your heart? Maybe with your mum, your grandma.
Yeah. Not you and your sister.
Not your sister.
Not your sister.
your
Because in
sister.
our eyes, that's your girlfriend.
Mhm. There's nothing that I love more than a boy who loves his mum.
Then a mama's boy.
A mama's boy.
Yeah, exactly. I could not agree more. Fourth photo. I think fourth photo should be something like really funny.
Yeah. You need something in there that shows that you're not just a blob that, hey, you up is all I'm going to get from you. You know what I mean?
What's an example of a funny photo?
Well, this isn't really funny, but like I've swiped right before strictly because he had a photo of like him really messed up in the hospital, and I just wanted to know what that was about.
Me too.
Things like
Yeah,
that.
things that will start a conversation.
Mm.
I've like swiped for people who are wearing like some kind of costume. Like obviously it's been Halloween.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're wearing a costume. Last photo.
Last
We're
one.
like fishing pole, reel it in.
We're reeling it
Whoa.
in. What's the last photo? You've got one left.
You
It's
got
a big
one
deal.
left. Yeah, potentially two. One left.
Yeah, let's say one.
What is it?
We think, this is AA meeting certified, the last photo should either be with an animal
Yep.
or you playing a sport.
Yeah.
If you're not into sport, animal. If you don't have a pet, get one. Or pick up a sport.
Or actually, I reckon last photo can also be like a instrument.
Oh,
You play
yeah.
an instrument, like your talent,
Maybe we should say yes,
talent.
something you're interested
your
in.
passion,
Your passion.
your passion. So some people are passionate about animals,
Yeah.
sport, music. Like
Mm.
I don't want to see a photo of you as the real estate agent shaking someone's hand because you've just leased your first apartment. I don't want to see that.
No. We need something that shows that you like things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that you're not boring, that you have like ambition. And,
Yes.
Like, you want to do, you like doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby and I always say, actually, we'll always swipe right if he's wearing an AFL jersey. Always.
And you know, it's been a bit. What's the word? It's grown a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not just AFL. It's kind of now. It's like any sport.
Just if he's wearing a jersey, where's that? Because potential. What if he ends up being the next big thing?
Exactly.
And you swiped no. You could have been at the Brownlow's girlfriend, and you messed it up.
I want to be a wag. Anyway, so I think that those are really important for your photos. Obviously, give or take a few photos. If you've got a few more photos, like one of you and your grandma again, and like that's great. Throw it in there.
That's what you got to do.
Please don't have photos of your car.
Oh.
If it's a photo of you standing next to your car, like maybe that's okay. But just your car.
It's always those big cars with the utes on the back in the dirt. I don't care. I'm sure that you love it. I'm sure you do, but I don't look at that.
Your car goes vroom vroom, and that's so lovely. But like,
take it from two girls who drive like a Mazda and a Hyundai. Like we don't really care about your.
Someone actually commented on one of our things saying that they think that we would drive Swifts.
That's a fair assumption.
And I was just about to say, you know what, that is like fair.
Mm-hmm.
I see what we're putting across.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of don't understand. Like, I couldn't drive a Swift and drink beer. Like, come on.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Wow,
full circle.
full circle moment.
But, no cars, please.
No, and no photos like this is a bit of a joke on the internet now, but photos of you with your fish, I see that and I go, his hands smell like fish. That's what I think when I see that.
When you said that, I thought you meant like a fish in like a fish tank.
Holding
like
your fish.
him with like Goldie the goldfish. Like
that's funny. Post that. That's a good
funny,
one.
Yeah. But on your fishing trip that happened
In
3 years
2010.
ago. Okay, 11 years ago. I don't need to see that bass fish that you caught. It was just over like the amount of inches that you could have to keep the fish.
No. I don't
release it back into the. Moving on to the bio.
The bio. This is where people go really, really wrong.
I completely agree.
You have to have a bio for starters.
Yeah. Otherwise, it literally seems like you're a catfish.
Mm-hmm. Or boring, which is worse. So something funny, but if you've seen whatever you think you want to put in your bio in someone else's bio, don't put that because chances are 15 other people have that as well.
Exactly.
Like
that's
everyone,
so true, Ames.
Yeah, everyone used to have like their Uber rating. I had it for a while. But
speaking from experience here.
But so many people did that. You know, like if you've seen it on someone else's, don't bother because it's not original anymore. It has to be something funny that I haven't seen before.
It's making it a bit hard, isn't it?
It is. I was going to say.
So what would you suggest would be something?
Well, how do you feel about them putting their height in the bio?
You know what? For an application like Tinder or something, I actually don't mind if there is a height in it. If your height is something to kind of like boast about.
Right.
So if you're like let's say 6'2" and up, it's okay to have your height in there. Okay. For like Tinder. Whereas somewhere like Hinge, like another profile, like it's mandatory. Yeah. Mandatory. ScoMo, come at me. To have your like height in it. Yeah. So I think the height's okay. If you're 5 foot, please don't write that you're 5 foot. Like or 5'2". Please don't write that you're like 5'3". Yeah. Yeah.
But then like maybe that's just he's just letting everyone know. So like a girl who's 5'10" doesn't swipe right. Right. I suppose that's kind of nice. Okay. Anyway, whatever. We're not talking about heights right now.
What's a suggestion of something funny that you would be like, ha ha, ha yeah, and then swipe?
Abby's just Dr. Philling herself.
I've literally just spiraled. I'm having a moment right now. I don't know why, but I like the ones where they say in their bio something like, I'm the kind of boy your like mum warned you about, or like stuff like something about like red flags. It's all good. I'm colorblind. Like something like that.
Yeah, something a bit of a tease. My parents' biggest disappointment, maybe.
That's funny.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, something like that. Or just like a really funny, I guess, pickup line or something like that. Yeah. What should you not put in your bio?
A lot of people put like
they have their whole life story on there, as in like. they have their job, they have like, I'm on here to look for my soulmate, and then they use like a soul emoji, and then they're like, I'm from whatever country this is, and then they put that flag, and they say, and I have this dog, and they put the
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, all those ones that are like travel, adventure, looking for love. I'm not going to swipe right to that because you scare me.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm a bit worried.
So no life stories, please.
No.
I think it's really important to either have your Instagram there, like just type your Instagram, or link your Instagram.
Yeah.
So then you know that they're actually like
They're real. Yeah, I agree.
Lastly, I think it gives you a prompt of like, you can say what your Spotify anthem is, like your number one song, and you can choose that. Like
If you're really into music and you have like a specific genre that you're really into, then put like your Spotify thing.
yeah, for sure.
Like I've seen before, like if someone has like all of my favorite songs, then I'll swipe right because I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, you know, on Hinge specifically.
One of the prompts is something like, what are you looking for on this app?
And they'll launch into a 3-page essay.
Yeah, please don't write an essay about what you're looking for.
I think that question is okay if you're like in your 40s and genuinely looking for a life partner.
Honey, go on eHarmony. Like, don't go on Hinge.
Is eHarmony still kicking?
Probably. But yeah, so the prompts, like, just make sure that like you answer them. We keep saying funny, be funny, but it's like really true. Like,
yeah.
If you can make someone like smile or like slightly exhale,
the nose air.
Yeah, exactly. Then like they're
more likely
to, you know,
match with you,
start a conversation with you, and all that not so fun stuff.
What?
I don't know. I hope you learned something.
Me too.
From that.
You will.
So I wanted to talk about something that I actually do.
Okay.
To know if a boy's like a keeper.
Okay. You want to know if he's a good egg.
Yeah, I want to know if he's if I want him to stick around.
Right. Okay. And what's that?
It's actually quite simple, Amy.
Okay.
All of you girls and boys can do this at home. A great test I do is I have like a bag or like a purse or like satchel. No, I got my 2-strap backpack
with the clip done up
and my helmet on.
And the helmet.
No, I'm kidding. So I have like my purse or like my handbag or whatever, and I pretend that I'm struggling with something or like I'm trying to take something out or I've got other bags or something. I literally look at them and I say, "Can you hold this?" And I give them
your
my
bag?
handbag or my purse. Okay. And so this is where it gets very interesting.
Okay.
So if you're listening, I'm sorry, I'm going to try and explain it, but if you're watching, you'll be able to watch my microphone case.
Okay. So this is the handbag in this situation.
This is my very structured handbag.
Okay.
You know, just came off
Kinda
the runway
cute.
from Louis Vuitton. Anyway, so I give them my handbag. I said, "Can you just hold this for a second? Can you just hold this for a second?"
Yes, absolutely. Abby's just passed me the handbag for those listening.
If they hold it away from them like this,
like it's contagious,
like it's got a whole bunch of germs on it, like you will die if you actually touch it properly.
The 2 finger with the rest of the fingers up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Then you know, like, call it quits.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you're like, oh my god,
this is genius,
right? On the flip side, if you give it to them and they like own it, they put it over their shoulder, or if it's got a wrist strap, they put it around their wrist, or they like just like they don't care, it doesn't faze them. They're a keeper.
You know what? I think I've actually done this subconsciously.
Really?
Like it is something that I notice, and I've like genuinely like had something going on and needed to give someone my bag. Yeah. And I have paid attention to what
it's actually
said person
like life
does.
changing. So I've like done this like a few times before, and it has kind of impacted the way I think about that person and like where it kind of goes.
Oh wow! Imagine being scared of a handbag, holding it out like it's.
Well, see, that's how you know where like, not that there's anything wrong with that. Like if you do that, like
it's a maturity thing. I think
that's exactly what I was going to say. It's just like a maturity thing. It's a thing about being like comfortable in yourself, and, like, who you are, and like kind of having a moment of like, oh, I don't really give a shit. Like I don't really care, or like I don't fear like judgment or anything like that.
Wow, that is genius. I've
Right?
never actually thought about it, but I have, definitely like paid attention to that before.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's actually life-changing.
That is hectic.
You're welcome, everyone. Please do this. And if you're a boy, just own it. Take that bag, swing it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Do a catwalk for them.
There you go. I'm impressed, Abby.
Thank you.
I really am.
You know, sometimes there's some good ideas up here.
The light's on and someone is home.
Sometimes there's people home up here. Not all the time.
Next, we wanted to, this was Abby's idea actually, Google out.
I'm just with all the
You
ideas.
are full of them this week.
Yeah.
Wow. We were going to look up our names on Urban Dictionary. Where are you going?
All right, Amy.
Yes, Abby.
I wanted to do something that was a little bit fun.
I love doing things that are a little bit fun. What's that? What are we going to do?
So, I wanted to look up our names on Urban Dictionary
Okay.
and kind of see what they mean.
I'll be honest, I have done this before in my life.
Oh,
and I
really?
remember it was less than kind.
Oh, I've never
That's
done it
right.
before.
Oh.
So if you don't know what Urban Dictionary is, it's like obviously it's like a website. And it's like the dictionary. It defines what the word is. But it defines it urbanly. So
Hip hop.
It defines it in what the kids would say woke, like a woke version.
Oh, that's enough. I'm cutting you off.
So it gives like a fun and fresh definition, but it also defines kind of like some lingo and stuff that like the kids talk about these days.
Righto.
So I thought it'd be fun for us to look up our own names on Urban Dictionary and have a giggle about what they mean.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so it turns out there are a lot of definitions for Amy.
Wow.
So I'm just going to read out a couple.
Sure.
First up, we have a girl who has big dick energy and can be mistaken as a dyke. Thank you, Urban Dictionary, for that.
A dyke.
Next.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, Amy, can you relate?
Yes, very much so. Next. Oh, this one's kind of nice.
Okay.
A pretty ass girl and a beautiful and amazing personality. She will never lie to you. She always invites me everywhere if she can and is the first one that I call and that she calls. I will never get tired of her and I want no one to break us up. She has always been there for me. If you are the lucky guy who gets her, take care of her. I will be there watching every move. And if you brack her heart, boy, you are going down to the ground in capitals. Thanks, Amy. Did you write this, Abby?
I think I wrote the nice ass part.
I knew you were checking it out.
That sounds like a boy in like 6th grade. Like this,
Yeah.
like this little Amy has just like dumped him to go date, I don't know, a Chad. and this little boy is just like poured out his heart with some spelling mistakes.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel touched.
Have you got any more?
I've got one more. Okay. Cool. Amy is the best friend of the girl you like that never visits, then all of a sudden shows up and boxes you out. The use it in a sentence part is, man, you got Amy to buy that girl. So apparently...
So Amy comes in and just like throws punches.
Yeah. Apparently I have a nice ass.
Summary. Okay, summarize it for us.
I have a nice ass. Mm-hmm. Might be a lesbian and like to punch people.
Wow.
All of which I feel like really does sum me up.
Right, okay.
So,
That's very, so you find that relatable?
I do find that
So
pretty
Urban
relatable.
Dictionary has just hit the nail on the
I
head
think
for you.
It must be scientific. Really.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
I'm happy for you. Passing the baton.
Passing the baton.
My turn. Here we go. Look, I will say the Abby definitions do go on for paragraphs, which is actually kind of fitting because I do just talk forever and ever and ever. Right? Anyway, most of them kind of sound like this. I'm going to read just a few key parts out of it. An Abby is a funny, sassy, beautiful girl.
Aww.
Usually really insecure and doesn't understand how amazing she is. She tries to be friends with everybody, but you wouldn't want to fight her. She's got kitty claws.
Well, was that nice or not? I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's kind of a backhanded compliment.
All right.
Anyway, it's just a lot of stuff about she's very pretty. She's gorgeous.
Why are yours
super
nice?
Everyone loves her. Ultra funny. Lights up the room. There is one here that says fat and ugly. To sum it all up, it does say the girl has slamming hips. Which is really funny because I am shaped like a cereal box.
Hold on. I just want to know why yours says that you're amazing and I'm an aggressive lesbian. I don't understand.
A lot of mine says that like I'm insecure and that all that stuff, but
you just decided not to read that part
I decided
out.
not to read that out. But I really like the hips one.
Yeah. Slamming hips. When was that
sentence? The sentence of that is, damn, look at her. Her spelled Hurr. She must be an Abby. Those hips.
When was that written?
By the Jonas Brothers.
Kevin wrote that. He loves Abby and her hips. Who was your favourite Jonas brother, now that I'm thinking about them?
You know what? Everyone's always like, Nick, he's so cute, Nick. I've always been like a Joe girl.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see you
Can
as a
you
Joe
see
girl.
that? Yeah, it's very like, I don't know, he was kind of the lead.
Yeah.
And he was always,
Yeah, that's
do you know what I'm
that's
trying
you.
to say?
I feel like we're stumbling across something here. I think whichever Jonas brother was your favourite really shapes the kind of person you turned out to be.
Wow.
Who do you think mine was?
Yours was Nick.
Absolutely it
Yeah.
was.
Better question.
Yeah?
Who was your favourite One Direction?
I was convinced that I was going to marry Niall.
No way.
Were you a Niall girl? Because that's going to cause some issues here.
Okay, so I like went through kind of phases of
Okay.
a few of them, but I always came back to Niall.
Wow, he was the one.
He
The
was
one that
just
got
like
away.
the little cutie, right?
Yeah.
But I did obviously love like Harry. I mean, everyone's a Harry girl.
Specifically remember telling my dad when I was like 14 that like, just so you know, Dad, I've already met the man I'm going to marry and it's Niall from One Direction. Dad was like, that's okay, he's got plenty of money. So, not the crutches.
I'm scared. Your dad's got his priorities.
He does.
Straight.
He knows what he wants.
Is Niall single?
I actually don't keep up with them anymore.
Right.
Last I heard, he was dating Hayley. What's her face from Bumblebee and Pitch Perfect, Flashlight, Light.
Really? What's it?
Yeah.
Not Seinfeld. It's Hayley Singer.
Hayley.
Signal.
That was close.
Signal Field.
Hayley Shabam Dong.
Hayley Shazam Wham Ham. Steinfeld.
It is.
Why
Right.
does that sound wrong?
Yeah.
R.I.T. The moment everyone's been waiting for.
Uh-huh.
Every week.
Every week.
This is where people get to judge us
Yep.
or laugh at us.
On TikTok, they have some mean things to say about this segment, but
Completely agree.
that's all right. It's fair enough.
Shit we don't understand.
Shit we don't understand.
Shit we don't understand.
Today's is fair enough, I think. Like, I'm not sure that people can get mad about this.
Okay, so I was just having like a good old think.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen often.
It's dangerous.
So watch out. You know man-made lakes?
Yep.
Or dams or ponds, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
A body of water that is man-made.
Mm-hmm.
How is there fish in them?
That is a fair enough question.
Right?
I didn't even know
Thank
there
you.
were fish in them
There is.
until I Googled to find out.
How is there fish in them? That's
Good
what I'm going to be
question.
guessing.
Okay, so what's your first guess?
Do they just put the fish in them? Like, do they just
Go buy
go
some
in a
fish.
boat and just like drop all the fish in them? Like, you know when you're having a bath and you like sprinkle like there's salts in the bath to like soothe yourself, whatever. Do they just like sprinkle fish, different kinds of fish? Maybe they sprinkle like, I don't know, coral, some like organisms
They
down
just
there.
go to the pet shop, pick up a couple of
Get
goldfish.
some goldfish, some Nemos.
You know what? There are several answers for
Okay.
this. Like, there are lots of different ways that fish get in there, and that is one of them. Some people will make a lake and then go get fish to put in their lake just to keep like the ecosystem, I don't know,
Why?
running.
Wow.
Yeah. So some people, that is an answer, but that's not my favorite answer.
Right.
So I have one that I just really, you won't guess it. It's going to knock your socks off.
Really?
Yes. But what's your next guess?
So next guess is that they. This is another thing I don't understand. I have just touched on it before. Like evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it. Don't get how things over time evolve. Like it just doesn't add up in my brain.
Fair.
Do they just like grow
Out of
out of water?
Just
I don't know. They just like
from nothing.
it just happens. Like there's just no water, and then one day it's like God when he was like, "Let there be light." There was light. Like one day there's just like fish.
They're just like, I want to be a fish now.
Yeah, this rock is like, I am going to be an absolute like fucking mint fish.
Koi fish.
Yeah, and they just go into a fish.
No, not quite.
Really?
Not quite. Do you have any other guesses?
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
The fish in other bodies of water
Mm-hmm.
go on an incredible adventure
Mm-hmm.
inland
Mm-hmm.
to
How?
find new water.
How do they get there?
Many different,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, forms of transportation.
Mm-hmm.
They could, like wiggle in, I guess, or
okay.
they could just like maybe they, I don't know, magic.
Magic. They just Harry Potter.
They full on.
Transport.
They like migrate.
Right.
Yeah, but like on land.
Okay. You know what? That's wrong. But it's you were kind of on the right track there.
Migration.
Well, no, it's not the fish that so this says many waterfowl, which is like ducks, geese, whatever,
Whoa.
will use these lakes for resting, foraging for food, etc. On the legs of many of these birds are fish eggs because apparently fish eggs are really sticky.
Oh,
right?
them seagulls got that caviar.
Yeah, so a duck will go to a lake or a body of water that already has fish in it. Maybe this lake is connected to the ocean somehow or something, so that's how fish got there. And then there's little fish eggs in the water and they stick to the duck's legs, and then the duck will fly to a new body of water that doesn't have any fish in it, go rest in this lake and put all the fish eggs in there, and then they hatch.
Fucking way.
Isn't that crazy? I told you we'd knock your socks off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's one way. Other ways is like people put fish in there or whatever.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I thought that was so cool too. I didn't
find
read that much.
out?
Yeah. Don't know. Hey, they must have just like caught a duck and there was like fish.
Whoa.
I just got attacked by Australian Idol. Guy Sebastian punched me.
Shannon Knoll's mad. He wants revenge.
Pauline is here and she's not happy with me.
Is that Ricky Lee? Oh, wow.
Anthony Clear.
Do you know what's crazy?
What?
Is that I've never actually played this game before.
If you're listening, we're holding a board game of Australian Idol. Maybe
And
we
it's
should
like
play it after.
What is it, the 2002 one?
Well,
Surely it's not that old. It's the one with where Shannon Knoll was robbed by Guy Sebastian. Anyway, that looks kind of fun. Maybe we should play it later. Question
Of
the
podcast.
Thank you. Question of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting
Lay it on me.
one.
Lay it on me.
I kind of feel like we'll have the same answer.
Probably.
What would you do if you woke up
Mm-hmm.
and overnight the pandemic had ended?
Right. It just fizzled away into the air.
Panorama's done. The
The
panini press is over.
Yep.
What are
Miss
you doing?
Rona has gone home.
Yeah.
I think we'll have the same answer. The obvious one is like travel.
Oh, okay.
Is that not what you were going to say?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, I would definitely go overseas somewhere. The other one though, and this I feel like is the most important, I would go to Sloppo. Is that what yours is going to be?
God, I miss Sloppo.
I miss Sloppo so much. Sloppo is El Topo in Bondi Junction in Sydney. It's our
a
favourite.
Mexican. It's actually a restaurant,
Mhm.
and on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, it's a club. They move all the tables
Yeah.
and chairs,
And it's unreal.
It's unlike anything you've ever
Yeah.
seen before.
Abby, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and you might hate me for this, but I
Ooh.
think I would even say that I rate Sloppo higher than Betty. That's how much I love it.
Ooh.
What do you reckon? It's like choosing between your kids.
Exactly. You know what? I'm going to say Sloppo's the best in Sydney.
Okay.
Betty's the best in Gold Coast because
Right.
I don't want them to come at me.
Yeah, fair.
Betty has changed though.
It has. It's not the Betty we know and love.
No, and change is scary and
It
different,
is.
but sometimes it's kind of what you need.
I'll put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. So I will say that Sloppo is iconic.
Yep.
I will be going to Sloppo with you.
Sloppo Wednesdays. That's where I'd be.
Yeah.
I hope the pandemic ends on a Wednesday.
That would just be
Imagine.
like God saying, and let me just like sprinkle some like
Oh,
love onto
Yeah.
you too.
that I wouldn't mind if like the rest of my life can be bad luck if that, I was really hoping that everything would be okay by February, which is next month, so it's not going to happen because I really wanted to go to Sloppo Wednesday. It's my birth week.
Yeah, so Ames is turning 21 this year.
Woo! Look out.
Yeah, so she's turning 21. So we have all these, we were kind of like thinking of some very extravagant, exciting plans, but we're really not sure what's going to happen.
It's a month from today, actually. So I don't think Sloppo will be open.
Right.
Or if it will, there'll still be restrictions. And I'm not going until it's like back to the Sloppo we know. I'm not going if there's only 50 people in there because that's not.
If we have to stay seated.
No, absolutely not. No. So anyway, that's what I do. What would you do?
Sloppo was definitely one of mine. You know what's crazy?
Tell me.
Is that I probably wouldn't do anything.
What do you mean?
I'd probably go outside and be like, oh, pandemic's over, and then probably just go back inside and then continue watching my TV show or something.
Okay. Well, I feel like there's
kind of sad.
Some deeper issues here.
No, but I don't know. I would definitely want to go traveling and all that stuff, but I feel like I literally would just be like, oh, it's finished. Wow.
Cool.
Well,
I feel like it would, if it just ended all of a sudden, it would be a massive adjustment because we're so used to staying in. It's been a year now, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would just go back to bed.
Well, to be fair, we've kind of had it good.
On the go. Yeah.
Well, even when we were down in Sydney, we still had it good, even though kind of mid last year was scary and we were essential workers and we were working every day and
yeah. I was busier at the height of the pandemic than I am now.
Which is actually crazy to think. But I think because of what we did, being an essential worker,
we're not like nurses, just so you know. We work in retail, but it was retail that was still open.
Yeah, it was
I worked at a grocery store.
I worked at I still work at a hardware store. 6-month-long bender.
I would be down for that.
Just for essential workers, though.
All right. I'd be down for that.
Yeah. So that means that we've worked so hard for 6 months. We've, put ourselves out there, sacrificed our lives for
Pakistan.
For Pakistan. Anyway, so I think that we deserve kind of a 6-month-long bender.
I agree with that.
Or just a 6-month-long like music festival, something where all the essential workers are just there the whole time for 6 months.
And with that purple pickle panini press, I think it's time we hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, hit the frog and toad and
follow all the things, do all the things, rate all the things 5 stars.
Yep,
down below.
You know what to do. Everything's down below, and we love you guys. And we will see you next week for number 10
for Double Digits podcast.
Insane. 10.
Crazy.
If you didn't know, I have blue hair now. I just never addressed it.
If you are listening, not watching, then you'd have no idea. But Abby has blue hair.
Yeah, not the whole thing.
No.
Just from my ears to whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just
downwards.
There's some parts that are blue, which is kind of fun.
Kind of funky fresh.
Kind of fresh. Oh my God, things
crutches
are falling apart here and we just need to end.
Yeah, it's gotta go. Okay, bye guys.
Okay, bye. We love you. See ya next week.
Woohoo, bye. Bye.
You. Welcome to my up home. I'm Lil Shorty, these my hoes. This is how we run this shit. Piss Olympics, let's go.
Boys seem to like the girls who don't appreciate all the money and the time. It is something like that. Sign.
Or